we pick up the Bible in a language we understand, we generally don't think about who translated it and how they did the work. But translating the Bible is not an easy job. This work can take 10 to 15 years, and many people take a part in it. The translation team needs a manager, preferably at least 2 translators and an expert who is called a translation advisor or consultant. This person is a specialist in biblical studies, linguistics, and Bible translation. There may also be an exegetical checker. And everyone from the intended audience can help by reading the translated text and giving the team their thoughts. The first stage in translating a book of the Bible begins with the translator reading the whole book in the version of the Bible that the team is going to use as its source text. The translator may look at the Greek or Hebrew text as well, and at other translations. He or she makes a note of all his or her questions and discusses them with the translation consultant. The consultant tells the translator about the book's main themes and its style. He or she provides the translator with helpful notes and commentaries. Sometimes the consultant will train the translators on how to translate a group of books, such as the 5 books of Moses or Paul's letters, or a kind of writing, such as poetry. The translator then makes a first draft in a computer program called paratext. When the draft is done, the translator uses paratext to run stage 1 checks on things like spelling, punctuation, and chapter and verse numbers. While drafting, the translator fills out the biblical terms list in paratext, which has a collection of important terms and frequently recurring words. This list helps the team to be consistent in their translation choices. Stage 2 begins with the other translators on the team reading the first draft and giving their comments. If there is only one translator, a special reviewer can be given this job. The translator thinks about these comments and then edits the translation. Then the text is read out loud at a team meeting so everyone can hear it. The team discusses the translation of important biblical terms. After this, the stage 2 checks are done in paratext. Stage 3 begins, if possible, with an exegete checking the translation against the original languages such as Greek, Hebrew, or Aramaic. This is needed to make sure that the translator has not missed anything and no wrong meaning has been conveyed in the translation. This process is called exegesis. The next important step is external or community reviewing. The Bible Society invites representatives of all the groups that may use the translation to read it and give the team their thoughts. Sometimes the reading is done out loud in groups. Sometimes the team asks specific questions to the people reading or listening to the text. These questions are to find out how the translation is understood. In this way, unnoticed problems are discovered. The team thinks about the comments that are made and then may discuss issues with the exegete or translation consultant. Then the translator edits the text where needed, does the paratext checks for stage 3 and repeats the checks for stages 1 and 2. Stage 4 begins with a stylist or editor reading the text. This person is an expert in the language and can advise the team on naturalness, orthography, and correct grammar. The team discusses the stylist's comments and the translator edits the text as needed. The translation team then meets with the translation consultant. The consultant checks the completed 4th draft against the original languages and looks at other materials which will be in the published book, such as maps, diagrams, illustrations, and so forth. When the team and the consultant are both confident that the quality of the translation is good, the consultant approves it. New translation teams may need more detailed help than more experienced teams. The consultant may check every verse, or only parts of the book which they know are difficult or of important biblical terms. If the consultant does not know the language, he or she may need a written back translation and often will want an oral back translation done on the spot by someone who has never seen the text before. After the consultant's check is finished, the text is edited and the stage 4 checks in paratext are completed. Now the translated text is ready. But you shouldn't think that the job is finished yet. The team still needs to discuss with the community representatives things such as the design of the book's cover and how the text will be laid out on the page. There are also many pre-publishing technical checks to do on the text. This may take several months, and after that the text is typeset and proofread. Finally, the corrected and approved version is sent to the printing house and the book is published.